Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and today I'm going to talk about bushcrafting, and while I'm doing that I'm going to make some biscuits. Now, I've been watching Ray Mears videos a good part of the day. The first part of the day I built mini atomics, and then I came in and reconfigured my computers and sat down and watched Ray Mears bushcraft videos for probably a couple hours altogether. I really enjoy Ray Mears. He's the real deal. Unlike, some of the other guys, which I won't mention. You know who I'm talking about. But here's the deal. After watching the whole thing, I have a lot better understanding of bushcraft than I used to. And it's fine if you want to go out and live in the woods. He recommends that it's not practice just as a visit to the woods, but as a lifestyle, going out for long periods of time, and I can see that. But and I think it's the way he does it. It's just amazing. I'm totally taken back by the way he does things, because he's got an answer for everything, and everything comes out good, and it's logical and down to earth. And I believe the man could go out in the woods and live for years. I think he'd be smart enough to move to a warmer climate when the winter came, in Maine, say, but the guys definitely would hang to the coastline, because that's where the easy pickings are, and he'd do well, I believe, because he virtually knows how to do everything. Okay, that having been said, my next point is bushcraft is one thing, and backpacking, especially on the Appalachian Trail or the Pacific Crest Trail or any of those trails, is two different things. And let me give you an example. In the bushcraft, every evening, or whenever you move into an area, depending on how much food there is, how long you're going to be there, you're going to have to build a shelter. Now, if you build a shelter, you're going to have to cut down some trees or something to build it out of, and basically disturb the whole area to some degree to get your building materials. And that's fine if you're out in a 1,000-acre wilderness where there's nobody else. But here's the rub. This is where the bushcraft and the Appalachian Trail bang heads. It's not a problem. It's just two different ways of doing things. If you're on the Appalachian Trail, you don't cut down trees. If everybody on the Appalachian Trail cut down just a tree or two, wouldn't be any Appalachian Trail. The Appalachian Trail is designed with shelters and the way things are done by backpackers, other than an occasional fire. It's designed to be sustainable. Every now and then you'll find a place where some crazy know-nothing took an axe and slaughtered a bunch of things, but generally speaking, when you go to a shelter, you won't see where anything has been cut down or trees cut down or anything. The shelter is there for you to stay in. You're supposed to have enough gear with you to sustain yourself without raping the local environment. So, bushcraft is not something that you can practice on the Appalachian Trail, because it wouldn't be sustainable, and it's just not. You wouldn't want to do it any more than you'd want to do it in your own living room or your own dooryard, because when you leave, you want things to be the way you found them for the next person coming along. You don't want to use up the environment. So, that's my thought between the two things, is that bushcraft is for an area big enough so you could practice it, and by the time you got back to that area again, things would have grown back. Maybe a yearly cycle. And even Ray Mears tries, when he leaves, he tries to cover everything up, fill the pits in, spread the leaves all back out, take the shelter down, and disperse everything. He's really good about that. But on the Appalachian Trail, bushcraft is not going to cut it. And that's the only point I was trying to make. I'm not against bushcraft at all. Somebody made a comment on a video that I was anti-bushcraft. Absolutely not. I'm anti-bushcraft on the Appalachian Trail. Two separate things. If you want to go out and sustain yourself in the wilderness with just a knife or an axe, that's fine. That's cool, actually. I'm watching him, and some of the stuff he does is fantastic. He actually slaughtered a deer with a piece of either obsidian or flint. Cracked it and got a sharp edge, and geez, it worked fantastic. Really gives you insight into how our Aborigines or Stone Age men, how they slaughtered things and how they did things. Just absolutely fantastic. But when you're out on the Appalachian Trail, I think you want to carry a fuel stove with your alcohol or whatever your choice is, and stick to your oven and leave the fires and the axes and the knives alone. And that's the only thing I'm trying to say is it's two separate things. The Appalachian Trail is not rustic enough to support bushcraft. So I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and if I've offended anybody in the bushcraft industry, I certainly didn't mean to. And please don't offend the backpackers, especially the ultralight ones, because we can both live together fine. We just can't go out on the Appalachian Trail together. So I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design. Get out and hike. Take a friend. Cook some really great meals out on the trail, like biscuits. And more important than anything, have a really great day. And I really mean that. Bye-bye.